Hey, figured I'd go live and test out the waters a little bit. This actually looks really cool. I just kind of threw this together to make a thumbnail, but I actually quite like it. Now I should, let me see what it looks like with post-process. Oh, it does look kind of crazy with post-process, actually. Depth of field. It actually looks better without post-process, I think. It kind of looks better just flat. So I kind of like this. So you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to save it. I'm going to save it as orange rainbow girl. So what I wanted to do is I wanted to first try out the whole cone thing and see if we can get that cone thing sort of going, because that was like the first thing I saw about this new version. So let's go ahead and try that out. So let's add a cone. So here we have our cone. Oh good, it's a normal cone. I did have an issue before. Anytime I would add a shape, it would like mimic the last shape. I don't know if it mimics a shape that it's next to. So for example, this sphere, I was on this sphere, which is like squished, and I went to make another sphere, and it matches that, which is interesting. So now it matches that sphere. It's not just a regular sphere. So I thought that was kind of interesting. It did the same thing with other shapes. So I'm on this sphere here, but then if I add a cone even, the cone is also flat. So that's kind of weird, but I guess that's a new thing. But I don't know. Anyway, let's go back to the sphere. All right, so we want to use radial, or not radial, curve. So here's curve. Now I have to remember how to make curve work. I thought I had to draw a curve in, but I don't see that. So here's a bunch. Oh, there we go. Yeah. So edit the curve. That's kind of cool. My man Stefan, I don't know how to say his name the correct way. It's the French way. Let's see. So yeah, that's kind of cool. That definitely like is very interesting. I kind of just like playing around with it like this. This thing must be, let's see if it shows the size. Okay, so that works with that. So let's see what happens if we add another shape within this curve. Oh, so now they're both in there. All right, let's get rid of the cone. Okay, so they're all instanced. Oh, this is what I was kind of hoping. I was kind of wishing that we could make like a flat. Oh, you kind of can. Oh, that's so cool. You kind of can. That's what I've been like wanting to do for so long. I hope this thing is actually showing my face. I don't think it is. I should probably just turn it off. Plus, I don't see anyone in the chat. I don't even know if I'm actually streaming. If I'm streaming, then say hello. Let me check on YouTube real quick, just to make sure I'm actually streaming, because you just never know. Hit mute. Oh, there's 11 watching now. Okay. Okay, cool. So at least I know that it's working. So this is really cool. I like this. What happens if I left does that? What if I want to get the... Oh, I probably have to go to the curve in order to get the curve stuff back. Now let's see if I... Yeah, this is very, very helpful. And I can move it. Oh, that kind of makes it a little more difficult when you try to move like a curve. Because I remember I had issues when I was trying to make the Ninja Turtles, and I was trying to make their you know, their mask tails, whatever they're called. So now I have to go back to the normal on the curve. Yeah, you can probably do something like this and just make a lot. But let's see. I'm trying to think of something practical I would do with it. So if I was doing like a tongue, because that's another thing that I recently did. So if I was doing like a tongue, that would be way, way easier. Like a long tongue. I wish I wouldn't have curved it. Snap. I think to snap it, I feel like you have to put something there. Like if I add a plane, let's say. Right? Isn't this what like snap? It'll like snap to it. I'm not actually sure. Snap. Okay, so if I was gonna make a tongue, or just like a just a general curve even. Let's see. Okay, so now let's see if I want to add a bunch more here to make it flat. Oh, like how many can you add? Oh, 200 max. Okay. So something like this, and then if I was to validate. Wait, did they not validate? I'm so confused. Oh, I see what I did. Validate, that's what I meant to do. So now we have this curve. We can voxel remesh them. Doesn't have to be high. I guess it can be a little higher than that. Okay. Smooth it out. Okay, so it's not, I mean, I probably could, I guess I'd have to do it higher. But that's much easier. This would have been much easier for the Ninja Turtle, 100%. because flattening out of tools was not useful. So that's good. So that's essentially like a ribbon tool. It's 73K, but of course you can eventually decimate it. Decimate it lower. Nice. You can probably figure out a way to do hair with this too. I don't really know how, but Alright, let me delete this. Where's my OBS? Where is my... What's up, Free? What's up, Acrid? Javier? I am, thank you. What's up, Joseph? What's up, Kuwaiti? Flattening a tube wouldn't be more practical. I mean, I guess. What's up, Bitey? I've had issues with flattening a tube. I don't know. The tube has always been like difficult when it comes to flattening. So let's say I wanted to do the same thing that I just made. I guess I'll just do it this way. So the thing with flattening a tube, so let's make it a tube, and then, let me think, let me make it a little bit bigger. So if I wanted to make a ribbon out of this, I guess I could try to like lower the topology. I think that's like one way to try to do it. But even in doing that, it's like it gets really weird. I'm not really sure how to like master that, you know, like how to make it completely flat, because it's still very like tubey. Oops. So there's that, but then also you can, of course, what is it with the gizmo? You can try to flatten it if I validate it. You can try to flatten it. I guess I didn't do it really the right way, but it's just hard to get that like square, you know what I mean? And then I'd have to like try to like curve one side. This is pretty much how I did the other things. Like and I find that it's easier to do it this way, but it's harder to do it like it's kind of hard to explain what I'm even talking about. Pivot, reset, pivot. Yeah, like to make it flat, but still like hold the shape. Like this is closer, but it just, I don't know. I had issues with it. I definitely had issues with that. Let's see. Let me open. I think Michelangelo's was the hardest. I don't even know if this is gonna open. It might crash. Oh no, it opened good. For example, things like this. Like, I found it difficult to sort of, even to get like, just to get it flat and even. I did it, but it was a bit tough. It was quite difficult. Why his eyes, the subsurface on his eyes is way too, oh wait, is this a UV? It might be. Anyway, I think I made this a UV. What does the green dot mean? Because the eyes, I definitely did that wrong. That should be less of a subsurface. Anyway, let's go back to the other one. What's up, Jose? Sherlock? What's up, Hour? How do you get the is that a registered mark? I don't even know how you get that in. Well, that drug-free Dave thing is super huge. Let me shrink that. I think I can shrink it. Jeez. Oh yeah, I think I lowered my camera here. So I think that's what it is. Okay. So that was cool. Was there anything else I wanted to play around with? Let's see. Let's add. Let's add a cylinder. I guess that would be the same as a tube. I guess that would be the same as a tube. So yeah, I guess I don't know what else is really new with 1.72. But anyway, I was working on this at work today, and I've been working on this for a couple days. I like the shape a little bit better. I tend to, the lips sort of kind of stick out a little bit. I don't really know how to fix that. I think it's something with the connecting tissue, the lip to the face. Looks a tiny bit off, but overall I like it. I think it looks better than my other faces. Every time I do more faces, they look a little bit better. This one isn't really that stylized, but still obviously it's very stylized. The hair I actually kind of like. I'm trying to go way more simple with hair, and so far it's alright. So, and I've also been trying to figure out a body, just doing like the body here. And like I said, I always try to use like shapes. I always try to use shapes to get to what I need. Alright, so let's use a cylinder. I'm just going to do a quick body, since that's what I was actually like have been working on. It's so hot in my apartment right now. It feels so hot. I was so nervous the world thing was going to go away, but luckily it's still here. I'll take my socks off. I usually don't do video, but I figured I'd go all out since I haven't been live in a while. Shout out to Kid Alt Clo. Make sure to go check them out. All right. Let's see. Yeah, anatomy is actually quite interesting when you think about it. It's like it's fun. I did a lot of it in art school, and there's some things that I think about. Like I always think about like the curve. Like when I don't know if I'm doing it right. A lot of times I don't know if I'm doing it right, but I always try to think about like the curve of like the back and how like I try to put a curve here. And I need to do some like some actual like studies, but more realistic stuff. But there are some things that I remember because I've just been like drawing and drawing characters. But then there's some things that I kind of get wrong too. Like I feel like this, she's not standing the right way. Unfortunately, I didn't label any of this. I've been so bad lately. This is hips. And this is thighs. It's always good to label everything. Like I don't know what any of these are. Oh, I think that's the neck. No? What is that? Just a random cylinder in her head. Oh, that was the other hair. I forgot I did other hair. I had shorter hair too. I'll just delete it. Oh, this is the neck. Okay, I know it's probably boring. So for the thighs and hips, I feel like she's supposed to be a little bit thinner. I don't know how she got so. Well, then again, I have to kind of shrink this box up. You know, I really love doing like trying to figure out ways to use shapes to make, you know, like whether it be the human form or just like alien forms or faces. I think it's so much fun to try to figure that out. What did I want to use for the, what are they called? No, not trapezoid. I think these are trapezoids. Deltoids? I don't know. I'm not a trainer anymore. Ages ago, eons ago, I did some training. Jose, I appreciate you. Thank you so much. I really appreciate the support. Yeah, I haven't been on in a while, man. I've been neglecting you all, but I have. Hopefully, you guys have liked the stuff that I've been putting out. Because I've been pretty busy, but I just have so much fun making a lot of content. So I've been trying to do that as well. So, you know, I appreciate you guys. It helps. Javier, have you ever tried Pose It? Get some coffee. I actually don't drink coffee. I've actually only had like maybe 5 cups of coffee in my life. And like 3 of those were like doctored up to be like a dessert. Have you ever tried Pose It? I've never tried Pose It. Is that an iPad app or is that like something else? Okay, so maybe I'll use a cone for the. Maybe I'll stretch a cone out. Let's see. I don't know if this is gonna work. Let's see. Maybe I can push this part in. All right, my gizmo is like way too far. There we go. I think that's better. Gizmo. All right, let's lose this hair real quick so we can kind of see what's going on back here. So I just want to add, that actually worked pretty well, to be honest with you. So we have the neck. We might as well go ahead and pull that into the head with move. We'll put a little bend in it. So something like that. Then we have these. Oh, I don't think she's that jacked. So we have that. Oh, but there's a lot missing. There's a lot of space missing on the back. But you know what we can do? We can probably use clay and just kind of fill this in back here a little bit. I mean, that's decent, right? I think it's decent. Yeah, no coffee. No coffee. I can't do it. I can't do it. I did have one day this week at work where I was just super tired, very close to falling asleep. Very close to falling asleep. I work behind the scenes on a TV show. I'm a stand-in. I'm right in the camera, but I was so tired. It was the most tired I've been in a long, long time at work. So tired. It's the worst. There's nothing worse than that. Okay, so for this one, I feel like I want to So this is good. This is obviously part of the back, so I just want to lend it to that. Oh, symmetry. Does anyone know a way to make it so that when you validate an object, symmetry is on by default? If anyone knows that, please let me know. Stefan, it's gotta be Stefan. If there is a way that I can validate an object and the symmetry is on by default, that would make my life so much easier than always having symmetry on and then validating something and going to do it and symmetry's off, and then I just have to undo and turn symmetry on. I hate it. I really do. And also the app is great, and you're doing an amazing job, by the way. Okay, so let's validate this. Symmetry goes off. So this can be her little tuchus. This kind of looks like a bug. So maybe I need to like make this like a little bit wider. It's gotta be a little more butt shape without being rude. Maybe I'll use drag. Maybe drag is the better tool. Oh, but she also needs hips, doesn't she? Maybe I can clay them on. That might be a bit too much. Oh, that's actually not bad. I like that little icon, that little emoji, by the way. She also needs a little bit more. I haven't really built anyone like kind of doing anything. I don't think I'm. Actually, the Ninja Turtles were sort of humanoid, and they're excuse me. They're sort of posed, but I haven't really done anything, and I have to work on like the chest area. It's kind of difficult too. You would think that'd be easy, but it's really not. It's not easy. Well, I'm just gonna block this in real quick, because why not? So let's block in. Wait, where did this sphere go? Is that the middle, really? Wait, I'm so confused right now. Oh, it went in there. Okay. So this cone is the cone, head, hips, box. So for now, I'm gonna put these together, I think. I guess I can just join them. Torso. Alright, so let's see if I can quickly block this in. So let's do some shoulders. They're mirrored, so why are they mirrored? Why are they mirrored? I'm so confused. Why is it this shaped? Yeah, I'm pretty happy with the way her face did. I went through a lot to get it there. If you guys want to see, let me know. I can like just start another face, and I can sort of try to do it again. Because honestly, like when I'm at work, when I'm like doing stuff, I literally just practice. I don't get that much time at work, but I literally just practice and try to figure out where I'm going wrong and why they look wrong. And I discovered a lot about what I was doing that was making the heads look wrong. But I don't know why. Like, I just want to make a sphere. Like, why is that? I don't like this new thing where everything is just like matched to wherever you make the new shape at. You know, like I just want to add a new sphere, like a regular sphere. But how do I do that? It's very odd. I'm sure there's some setting like buried somewhere that I'm not seeing. I would think that it's in here somewhere. Advanced, focus on item, hierarchy lines, icon size. Did I just clone something by accident? Add a sphere, keep primitive UVs. What is that? For now, only box and sphere are supported. I don't think that's what I need. Group, camera. Yeah, I don't know how, if I just wanted to make a regular sphere, it's like, oh wait, is this a regular sphere now? Okay, now at least it's a regular sphere. So what was the difference? What did I do? So now we have a regular sphere. So if I tap this and I make a sphere, it's a weird sphere. What if I move it? No, it's still this weird sphere. I don't know, that's weird. Let me know what if you guys are running into anything like that. Game over. Yeah, coffee is, I was just talking about it at work with somebody. Like that is a booming business right there. That coffee. Yeah, I don't really drink anything in the mornings. If I haven't gotten enough sleep, I just suffer. But then again, I don't drink alcohol. I don't really do anything. I don't really. I have my like addictions, but I think mine would just be like sweets. But lately I've been really trying to work on not having as much because I can just go crazy. Okay, so I don't want her to really be like super buff. I know you can't really tell because the trapezoids are kind of huge, but I think I should probably. I guess I already. Oh no, I didn't voxel merge them, so I can still sort of edit a little bit. Let's flatten this out. So that's not so bad. I'm gonna go ahead and voxel remesh them together. We'll do it like 200. Just kind of smooth this out a little bit. I'm gonna have to make it lower, just so I can get a nice smooth transition. Just voxel remesh low, and then you can bring it back up to a little bit of a sturdier clay. So these are probably a little bit too big. Okay, let's just add some spheres for arms. Oh, another thing that that's okay. Another thing that I realized that I can't do. Normally, when you have a sphere, watch it work. No, radius doesn't work. It's supposed to be like, I should be able to make this part smaller and this part bigger, but it doesn't work. And actually, I wrote something on the Nomad Sculpt. Yeah, I'll do her head. Let me save this. Let me see if I can show you guys my max screen. Which screen is it show? It's showing this screen. Okay. What was I going to show you? I don't even remember. Oh, that's right. Where is it? Let me see if I have any mentions. Oh, I'm on the wrong screen. Hold on. So I did ask a question in here. I think it was in help. Primitive menu, same radius. Primitive menu, same radius. I don't know when did I turn the sound off? That's so weird. Yeah, I don't really look too much. I feel like there's always a lot going on, but now I'm starting to try to and kind of peruse through because there is a lot of information there. All right, let's see. So let me just save. So I can come back to this. But as you can see, this is pretty much how I do like, you know, like bodies. I don't really, you know, I just, again, I mean, I guess I'm just going to have to flow with it. But it's a bit annoying that I'm just so used to using a primitive, and it's just like the regular primitive. But now it like matches everything. It's very strange. Knees. And this part of the leg would probably like bend out. I can probably just clone this. So let's make this a thigh. We'll clone that and make that calf. Let's make this knee. Let's turn off edit so I can move it properly. Oh, I didn't realize these were like... Why do I feel like the thighs are like... Okay. I kind of want to give her big boots. I feel like that would be fun. Like, oh, I don't want to get too into it because I'll just get lost. All right, so let's try to do a head. Let's open. So the first thing I do, oh, is it still, oh, you can hear me now, right? Yeah, no, I'm back. Got nervous for a second. Check the framing, everything looks good. Let me lower this for Cadet Clo. Can you even see the top of my head? I thought Stage Manager was supposed to be on, but it doesn't look like it's like tracking me properly. Oh, it looks like it's on a little bit. I feel like this is a less good view of my room, but maybe a better view of me. Look at that nice pan. Baller pan. Okay. So the first thing I do, obviously... Oh, it's in orthographic now. I noticed that when I used to do new before, it would change to... I'd have to go in there and manually change it. Okay, so... We got our sphere here. But this one's 98.8. This is huge. So I'm just going to delete this and make a new one. Because this one is only 6146. I always do that. I did try the whole instancing and sort of sculpting, being able to see the front and the side. But the problem is I'm always adding shapes, and then the shapes don't instance the correct way. They don't like follow. So then I have to, so I kind of stopped doing that. So let's just name this head, and we can validate it. Clone this one. Low jaw. So I think I just kept the head straight. I make this smaller. It's really hard to remember what I did. So let me use move. Oh, symmetry is on. I like that. And what I did, yeah. So what I did is I tried to match up the lower jaw with like this sphere, kind of like this. Because I used to make the jaw like much lower, but I don't think that's necessarily right. So I think I did something like this to start. Oh, I wish I could remember all the exact steps that I did. That's the problem with like sculpting when I can't record. So something like this, I think. I feel like I have to. I feel like I want it lower, but I probably don't. And then I actually tried something different too. So I added a sphere, mirrored it, and I usually use cylinders for ears, but this time I used a sphere. So I'm just going to validate this. And, excuse me while I itch my nose. And I'm going to cut them in half. Does it matter which way I do it? No, I guess it doesn't. But not using that tool. So I'll cut them in half. Remesh. I'll just do a round all a little bit. And then I shrunk it to sort of make an ear this way. I'll shrink it this way, spin it a little bit, and then I need to spin it this way. And then sort of just adjust it. There's still a little too, there we go. And then it's just a matter of like adjusting it till they look okay. Maybe something like that. I feel like it needs to go up and because the part of the ear, this part's actually like more like, there we go. That's a little bit better. It's a little bit more ear shaped. Something like that. You get the idea. I don't know why these ears are pointed down so much. Javier, check out Pose It. Yeah, I'll check it out. I appreciate you. Bitey, gotta take off too. Cool, no, I'm glad you guys swung by, man. I appreciate it. Appreciate you guys swinging by. Checking out the stream for a little bit. I don't think I'm gonna stream that. You know what, maybe I can like, no, I want to keep it a sphere. I'm pretty sure it needs to be kept a sphere. But this feels a bit small. That feels better, actually. That feels a little bit better. I'll make the ears a little bit bigger. What's happening right now? I'm not on a layer. Why is it being so strange right now? That was very odd. here's where a line comes in, because now like it just kind of got messed up. Why is it not a... Wait a minute, I'm so confused. Okay, now it's back. Maybe it's because I was tapped on that ear instead of this ear. I don't know what that was, but I did not like it. Oh, I think I know what I did. I feel like that ear is sort of like backwards. I think that's why it looks silly. Okay, I think I like that because they actually are supposed to go right over the... How is it not? They kind of connect to like our jawline, like right at the base. So that's important. God, this is probably so boring. But I mean, it takes a while though to really like get it right. Proportions and stuff are quite difficult. Quite tricky, I should say. Bring them up a little bit. And then I'm gonna completely give up. Alright, so now I take layer. Can probably be a little bit deeper. I won't go any deeper than that. Oh well, I guess that's all we're getting. So I like to use layer, and I like to kind of hollow it out. It's probably pretty good. You could always go a little, give it a little more depth if you want. So I'll do that, and then let me just voxel remesh the top and the bottom of the head. So I'll just remesh those at like 175 or so. Alright, and then I'll take inflate, and I can't see it on my screen, so we have that little piece there. So I usually just do that with inflate. I do make it a little bit extra big because when you smooth, it kind of just goes down a little bit. So that's like perfect. And then I take layer again, but I don't use sub this time. I use regular. So then I can sort of add those like, whoops, make sure I'm on the ear now. Then I can sort of add those like extra, which is kind of difficult because it's kind of hard to gauge, like, unless you like study an ear to know exactly what is supposed to be there. But usually I just do something like that, and that usually works out fine. And then at a later point, I voxel merge it with the head. Because once you do it like this, I guess I can show you. Once you do this, when you smooth it, like it looks fine. And then when you smooth it like with this into it, and you smooth it on the head, everything starts to look fine. Okay, so how did I do the eyes? trying to remember if I did like anything. Oh, my continuity camera has 20%. Can you try hard surface? Hard surface. You know, we'll definitely watch the video. Procreate FX does a really cool video on hard surface. And I was playing around with that video, and I might have to rewatch it. But yeah, I can try to do something like that. Oh, you know I love a smooth mesh. That really brings me to my happy place. I like using the round edge, but the smooth tool is a little bit more, a little bit stronger. And again, like I'm not too worried about this, but if I wanted to get that out, I would just like lower this, and then I would just smooth it more. You know, just smooth the back part out or something like that, and then I would just raise it back up to, like, you know, something a little more like that. Okay, so to make the eyes, did I just use? Oh, I think I may have just used clay away. But as you can see, this is why I'm constantly. I also might want to change that. Oh. I feel like that should be the front. I think I have to bake it. Oh, also, I don't know why this is off now. I've kind of noticed that. I don't know if it's because, okay, so the sphere and then the ears. So let me take the ears and validate. I want everything to be the center. Okay, I think that's good. Okay, that's good. Because I think when I voxel merged all these things together on the other head before I validated, like before I made this mirror together, so the center point was like off. So then when I try to do other things in the future, the symmetry was just like a little bit off. I'm trying not to do that because that kind of could be to my detriment. So let's save this. Face live. I know I'm really slow, sorry. So for the clay sub, I think I just did my regular. I think I just did the regular way that I do eyes, which is just clay away. That's what I like to call it. So something like this. I feel like it might be too high though. Oh, you know what I might have done? I might have added the eyes first to give me a gauge as to where to dig out the mesh. I might have done that. Because it kind of helps to have an idea of the size of the eyes and like where you want them and stuff like that. So let's just say something like this. Now I'll use clay. And actually there has to be a I can't remember if I used clay or not. Like a cheekbone, very important. But maybe just not sub, because there would be a cheekbone here, and it kind of goes back like this. But I don't know if I did it at this point. I might have done it down. Oh, that looks a little too crazy. Okay, let me pull this out a little bit. Man, this thing's always look super scary. So let's smooth this out. We're kind of getting there. The eyes still look a little creepy. But I do think they're in the right spot. So for a nose, I used to do the cone, but lately I've just been using clay. Oh, and by the way, the other head obviously took me a much longer time. I'm just trying to remember, because I remember some of the steps, but they're not in order. So it's kind of takes me a while to figure out like why certain things look weird. Head is like way too. Let me get the ears in there too. Oh, that's the ears is the mirror. Okay. Oh, see, that makes it look so strange. Okay. Let's keep moving forward. Keep moving forward. And now you see why I practice this stuff a lot. Let me pinch some of this so I can actually see my lines. think the clay needs to be a little more sturdy, I think. Okay. Okay, it's not terrible, but not great. I want to clay the eyes away a little bit more here. Okay. And the nose, do I like the nose where it is? You can always adjust it a little bit with move. But I think that's okay. And then for the lips, yeah, I feel like I made the nose a bit too big. Just kind of smooth it out until it's a little bit smaller. You can adjust it later. For the upper lip, I use a cone. I did use a cone for the upper lip, I know that much. And this time I made it a little bit closer to the nose than I usually do. I think it looked a bit better. It's actually not bad. So I'm just going to validate it, and then I want it to have a nice curve. Oh, symmetry. I've been trying to figure out, I think I had mentioned at the beginning of this video that I tend to do like, the lips look kind of like duckish. So I'm trying to figure out ways to like not do that. And maybe I'm just curving them too much. Oop. I do like the clay nose. Can you use an iPad Air 4 for sculpting? Probably. You just probably won't be able to do too, just not like super dense sculpts. But I'm sure it'll probably work. I think it works on iPhones and stuff. But I don't know. I think you can go to the website and it shows you. I think it has like the compatibility. But I'm pretty sure that you can use it. It's just the limitation is just with whatever your program, whatever your system is. Those might be the limitations. Oh, that looks terrible. Why does it always look so terrible? So if I was doing a side view, it still would look like the other one that I did. kind of look like this still. And then I would do the bottom lip with just regular, regular clay. Now you see how ducky they look. But I want the bottom lip to be full. So I'm going to do it a little bit bigger because that's real big. Because you lose a lot with smooth. Bring the intensity down off this. So for the bottom lip, I usually take a flatten tool and I kind of do this motion. So that's usually how I define it. The bottom part is pretty flat. So sort of like this. But this needs to be a little bit rounder, so I'm just going to round it out manually. And then of course smooth everything. Oh, I think I need to make this lip bigger, so I'll just use move. I should be able to just kind of spread it out. So now I want to take the lower jaw, this cone. Oh, you know what? Let's do some clay to sort of like fill out this lip a little bit. Alright, so let's put these together now. Low jaw cone. Is this the eyes? Yeah, let's put the ears on too. So let's voxel remesh these together. Probably do it around 300. Let me save. I don't keep autosave on. I kind of hate it. It just was always pop up and be annoying, so I turned it off. Okay. Oh, symmetry. You're killing me. Again with the symmetry. I try to keep everything symmetrical. Why do I feel like that wasn't working symmetrically? Why is it not working symmetrically all of a sudden? The middle of the head. Oh. Pivot, reset, pivot. The cone is in the middle. The ears are in the middle. So let's try it again. If I voxel remesh, it feels like everything is in the middle. Where is the pivot? There it is. Okay, it feels like it's in the middle. So we should be good. So I should be able to just smooth. And now the lips look too small. And the eye's gone. But anyway, like I was saying, I like to... Oh, there we go. That's better. And at every corner it's trying to like break the symmetry. I just want everything to be symmetrical. Okay, these lips are not looking too great, but I usually use crease to like but I don't know why they're so pouty tonight. I also like to flatten the top lip. Not bad. Try to give a little more definition to the bottom lip. And it looks like way too small for some reason, so just make it a little bit bigger. Anyway, something like that. It's definitely not the greatest. Let me take flatten and flatten out behind here too. I don't know, this is one of those things I just found that a lot of times when I would make, I think it maybe has something to do with this jaw thing. That might be what it is. The cheekbone, rather. But there's a lot of like facial structure that's like very difficult to kind of pinpoint and do. He's trying to make a nose, a halfway decent nose. Another thing that I usually do is bring this out more. It feels like it's a little too close to the head. And also, somehow the jawline got way far away from the ear, which is one of the things that I was trying to make sure that it didn't get too far away, but now the bottom is very low. Whereas in my other head, I don't think the bottom is that low. And also the forehead. Noticing there's like less of a forehead here, but the side of the head is just comically huge, unfortunately. So I don't know what I did wrong with the proportions, but what's up, Ruby? Good to see you. It's been a long time. It's been a very long time. I haven't really done that many lives. I felt that like for a while I was just doing the tutorials. I think those do the best. But I still like doing lives, especially when I don't feel like editing, because I would just be like doing this and probably spending longer on it because, you know, I don't have that added like live pressure. But okay, let me think about this. I'm not very happy with how things are looking here. The ears feel too small. I don't know, let's just let's see what we can do here. Let's just erase. Okay, let's work this out a little bit better. Firstly, I want to I also didn't do a T at the top too. The last time I did like a strong T to like shape the face. Like up here. But that's okay. I feel like the cheekbones aren't big enough. Needs to have cheekbones. And it's something I need to really work on. It has to have these cheekbones. And there should be like a ridge that the eyes are like going into. It's just hard to do. You know what? I think I just need to. Oh man, I forgot I did that really low voxel remesh. I might have messed my ears up. I definitely messed my ears up. Let's see how they look. They might look okay. I can probably fix them. So let's just fill in the cheeks a bit. Because it starts to look really like skeletal. You know, you don't want it to be too... Oh, that looks so weird. Let's try the lip first. Maybe I'll just try it with clay. See what we get. I do like using the cone though, because I like to be able to do the bottom lip. But let's try it this way because maybe it's better. Pinch. Pinch the MVP. Excuse me. Okay, let's try bottom lip. It's a little trickier because, you know, you have the upper lip there and you can't really make any mistakes. Or at least not many mistakes. Lightly smooth, just to sort of make it look pretty. Actually not bad. And now let's try to flatten up a little bit underneath. I've also noticed that, like, you don't have to do too much. A lot of times I would try to do too much, and it kind of just doesn't look right. Yeah, with the clay usually it tends to look better. I think that looks a bit better. Oh God, I hate the ears. I'm gonna try to do more lives. You know what it is? I really like the clean, like I like editing. I like editing and I like the clean like intros and outros. And I feel like not that many people watch the lives, but I don't actually know if that's true. I think it just feels like they don't. But maybe they do. Maybe they do. There's got to be a better way. Did I use a sphere? I could just do clay, but I kind of want to add a sphere. Could the sphere be any bigger? I don't want the nose too big, but I also don't want it too small. So maybe something like that, and maybe oh, is that my phone again? Oh, 10% continuity camera. That's this bugger. So loud. So rude. Hope you didn't see my messy room. What's up, Ruby? How you been? How's it going? What's new? I should probably just turn this off. I don't think there's any point in having this camera here. Plug this stuff. I do really like continuity camera. Hanging in there? Yeah, I hear you. What's up, Ren? Yeah, faces are tricky. Faces are tricky, but I have been really trying to just kind of lean into it, you know? That's the only way. Symmetry, my pet peeve. Because there's usually like ways to make things easier. So when I do the nose, the only problem is this part of the nostril. It's the only part that I run into. That's actually okay. I actually don't mind that at all. It's a little stubby. That's even more stubby. What would really help if this was like, I feel like it needs to be like here. But in order to do that, I would have to like move the face. Let's see if we can do that. Without ruining our lips too much. It didn't ruin the lips too much. Definitely want to include the chin. And I saw some areas that needed smoothing. Yeah, here I feel like there'd be a little bit more cheekbone. Well, you can kind of see it. And this is all a mess. Forehead's a mess up here. Okay, face looks a little bit better. I don't mind the lips. The ears look terrible, but sometimes you can sort of fix them up a little bit with either flatten or pinch. It's not bad, but this probably needs a little bit of love. The earlobe. I know there's different types of earlobes. Ones that like hang, ones that are like immediately connected to the head. I don't remember. I remember reading about it or someone telling me about that. Use a little drag. And now I just need to, let's inflate this again. Just make sure we have that little piece, and then I'll just use crease to go around it. Something like that. I think I might have went a little bit overzealous with the let's take flatten. I just want to like not have this be so I don't think I want this much of like a hard bridge. I think I want it a little more. A little more like that. I think it looks better. And part of me still wants the nose to be a little bit further forward. It's been very springy here in New York. It's been very springy lately, which is very odd. Symmetry, the only problems that I have with symmetry are when I use a lot of like, you know, radial and mirror and stuff like that. And that's when it can get messed up, especially when you voxel merge them together. So now I always make sure to go to like the, you know, if I'm going to put all these together, I'll make sure to go here and validate it first. And then I might have to do pivot, reset, pivot, and just make sure the pivot is in the middle. Because that's the only key thing, is that the pivot has to stay in the middle. Because if once it goes off of the middle, then you're screwed. So let's audition. If this was a little bit more forward, I want to try to like pretend. I think that is what I want. So I'm going to use clay maybe behind it. Yeah, I think that looks a bit better. So I'm going to use crease, but I'm going to do sub, and I'm just going to make, oh, that's very heavy. Sometimes I'll make a guide for the pinch tool, and then I'll use pinch, and I'll just use that to sort of define my line. Okay, so we brought down this brow. The brow is super cavemanish. Not a good look. And I think on the sides of our heads, above our cheekbones, and like behind the side of our eye is more flat. So I'm actually gonna try to flatten that out a bit here. So I think that's why it was looking kind of crazy. And I think we have a bone that goes up from here. Yeah, that even looks a little bit better. Yeah, it'd be fun to do a class. Once I kind of come up with some like surefire ways to do this efficiently, then I might do like a class or a tutorial. I guess I've done a couple, but more simple faces are a little easier to do. So is there anything else I want to put on the face? Oh, let me think. Let's figure out where we want the eyes to be. That actually seems like a good place for the eyes. So the way that I did them, I think I kind of remember how I did them in the other video. So I made a clone. So lids, eyes, and the eyes I made a little bit smaller. Let me just hide the lids for now. So the eyes I made a little bit smaller. Then I brought the lids back, and then I did a trim on the lids. And you know what? I need to change everything. So if I hit front, I want that to be the front. Okay. Well, good. I'm glad that you learned that. Honestly, that's how I am with other Nomad Sculpt videos and stuff too. Like honestly, I learn new stuff every day, and it's kind of cool. I mean, I do get a little nervous every time there's an update, but I love that like he's just doing so much to like make it better and like improve. Like that's so crazy that we're kind of on the forefront of that. I'm like all about that. I'm sorry, but I can't deal with these. I can't deal with these ears. Like, God, what did I do to these poor ears? That's so strange. I mean, it looks weird, but it's better than it was. Let me see if I can smooth some of this out. It's better. She's definitely gonna have hair to cover that. Okay, so back to the lids. What I would do is trim. Let me see if I can remember if these are the correct. Yeah. So I tried to keep it inside. Whoop. Polygon. Take it off spline for now. So I try to do something like this, which looks kind of cool. Let's see if it works. Kind of works. It can be a little tricky, but I think it's fine for now. Let me save this. Man, this thing was looking crazy before. I mean, it still looks crazy now, don't get me wrong, but it definitely looks better than it did. So this is kind of what I want. It's like a weird, oh, I know what it is. Also, this actually affects it too, the skin. So let me use clay. There's two ways to do it. I can either bring the eyes out, or I can just erase this clay that's in there. But you have to be careful because it will affect, it could affect outside. Let's see if I can drag this back some. Okay. I think I'm pretty happy with it. I wish that the cuts were more, like, less on an angle, but let's see what flatten does. Almost had something nice there. I need to bring these up more. Kind of want them to just cover more space. They're a bit big, but I think they work for me. So now what I want to do is add the lids and the do I want to bring, maybe I want to bring this up a little bit more first. These jaw bones, or cheekbones. Only because they were a little far back before. Let me just smooth all this stuff. The eyes popping out. Thank you. Yeah, it's tough, you know, and literally, you know, sometimes it's nice to just make things the hard way. Like, I'm sure there's easier ways to do it, but I need to do it the way that my mind can comprehend it. And that's the only way that I get better and start to understand better shapes to use and better ways to use the tools. That and like stuff that I see, stuff that I watch. But I like to just be able to get to where I need to get to. So this is the second time I'm doing a head like this. It was, at one point in time, I thought I might have to just delete it and start over, but I'm glad that it's, you know, it's looking better. Workable, at least. I'm going to save this. And I want to remesh those things together. So like I was saying before, for the eyes, I'm going to actually take this out of the mirror and make it its own mirror. So this can be eyes. And then this mirror is the lids. So I'm going to validate that. Okay, it looks like it's in the center. Then you have the nose. Okay, so let me just save this again. And voxel remesh, I'll do it kind of high. So I want to preserve the details in the lids. Even though I'm going to smooth it, I still want to keep that information there. or at least just enough of it. And then I just smooth to make it all look natural. If I want to, I'll add a crease. I don't know if I'm gonna need a crease or add a crease here. Might not really need that. And I'll leave it since I did it. And also I'll just go back over the crease in the lips. Ooh, you can see this kind of warped the bottom lip. So that looks funny now. So let's try to take that up. Maybe we'll even take the bottom lip out a little bit. And let's use pinch to just bring out this line in the bottom lip. That's sort of there. Even if it's faint, you know, there's so many like little micro things that you see and notice on faces. That might be a little too much. I think I like it a little more faint. It's kind of nice that I don't have my camera on, because then I can make all the funny faces I make. Like when my contacts itch, I make such a funny, weird face. Okay, that's still decent. I've been doing a different way of doing eyes that's just a little lazier. Yeah, I think I need to go to bed, so I'm going to do the thing with the eyes, and then we'll call it. I can well, there are some things I can do really quickly, I think. So I'm just going to speed through the rest of this because I am going to get a good night's sleep tonight. Eyebrows. I like to put them on the surface. Sort of figure out where I want them. Okay, I'll just round these out a little bit. I'm also going to use move so I can get a little bit of a bend in them. And then I will just, you know, I haven't tried to think of an easier way to do this than just moving. How did they get so big so quickly? Okay, and then I usually just go to town with the flatten tool. Really? You know, I like a good flatten tool. And if you don't know, now you know. Usually it's a little cleaner than this. I don't know why it's not clean. Maybe I can pinch my way to a cleaner brow. A little bit of smooth. I think that's passable. Okay, something like that might work. Of course, I mean, I don't know if these are they too far away? I can't really tell, to be honest. Because they are adjustable. Maybe that's a bit better. Han, what's up? Just starting Saturday here. I love that. Have you made a video on how you make a head? I have, including this one. But yeah, I think I have some other videos where I make a head. Nice to see you, Han. I appreciate you swinging through. I know it's always the odd hours. Okay, yeah, it's looking good. It's looking better. The head shape is a little strange still, but we're getting there. I want to try this thing with the eyes. Oh, you know what? Let's just make some hair real quick. I'll make it the same way I did the other one. So I'll do symmetry. Let me go ahead and save. That's actually in a decent spot. So let's do a sphere. But these don't need to be in there with the eyes. So let's take these out. And the cylinder, you know, we can make it a hole. That might help our cause a little bit. But the sphere, maybe we'll do that for now. Let's take voxel remesh these together. Oh, you know what? I need to first validate it and then multi-res. It's too small. So I'll subdivide both of those before I voxel remesh them together. That way, I shouldn't have those. It shouldn't be all messed up. Don't care about your multi-resolution. Okay, much better. Much better. maybe stretch it a little bit this way. Oh, what did I do last time? Last time I used the mask and then I pulled the section away, like where the face is. But this time I think I'm going to use... I think I'm going to just mask the back side and see if I can cut the front. Dum-dum. With trim. Don't tell me symmetry was not on. What a butt monkey. Okay. Might have to trim a little bit more, I'm not sure yet. So I'll just clear this and then I think I'll voxel remesh this lower so I can just smooth it nice and easily. Just trying to smooth this out a little bit. Or not smooth, but use the flatten tool. Okay, that actually looks good. And then I'll just add some quick little boxes. Oh, there we go. That's what I wanted. I'm just going to clone this now. Actually, no, I don't need to clone it now. But I do want to make a bend in it. Oops, symmetry got me again. Sorry, I know I'm sort of neglecting the stream. I sort of get into it a little bit, as you no doubt already know. So now I'll clone it and just kind of and then for the side, I just used a sphere. I don't know why I like to call it a sphere. So validate it and then sort of just kind of move it into the hair zone. And I'm going to clone this one too. And I'll just move it over, and then I want to do something slightly different with this side. me flatten this. Maybe I should flatten it after I just feel like round feels a little bit better than such a sharp edged rectangle. And I want to take clay and just, I want to give like the hair a little bit of a, as though it's like slightly turned out at the bottom. Okay, so maybe I can just join these together. Here. Brows. Okay, so that's decent enough. She has eyebrows, she has some hair. I think that's pretty good. So we'll go to lip PBR. Make sure you can see it well. It's a little light. Let me see if I can just lower the screen some. Symmetry is a butt monkey a lot of the times. What's up, Rad Tech? No, I haven't been on much. You haven't been missing me at all. I just haven't been on too much. Kind of randomly. I'll try to go on more. It's just oh, this week was a doozy. I was able to get a lot of tutorials, a lot of videos in like lately, but it's been a busy week. And I was just saying before, I kind of like the sleekness of like adding my little intros and all that stuff. I think I might be able to do that, but I'm not sure how actually. All right, let's see. With the cylinder over the head, it reminds me of Magneto. Yeah, it definitely does. It looked kind of cool when I first like carved it out. No, I don't 3D print them. I have some stuff 3D printed, but I didn't do them like other people. Like this one guy, Medium Master. He's in like the groups and stuff. I know it's kind of hard to see, but he printed a bunch of my stuff and he sent it to me. Shout out to him. Javin Miller. He's in the group too. He posts some stuff in the group sometimes. Okay, so well, the first thing I like to do, which you guys already know, I like to make everything but the eyes like a, not glossy. I really don't like that really glossy look, unless it's by design. The eyes I do keep glossy. That makes sense to me. Like even that, like I really like. And even with something like this, it's like, it's still flat. So if I was gonna share this, I would at least turn the environment on and just add one light, because I think that looks so much better than just the than just sending the flat image. But this is always a little low, I find. I find that usually I put this up to like 1.5 or 170 even. It's usually a little low. Obviously this looks nice. I like that. So let's go, let me just save. Kind of like using yellowy orange. Let's make the skin subsurface, which I always do, but I don't want it too see-through. So we don't have any lights on. We have one light. So I'm going to call this key. So this will be our key light. And then I'll add another light as like a fill. So we'll name this one fill. And this one, well, there's no background, so actually I can keep it a directional light. But I'll just spin it around. So I'm going to put it over here so I don't mix the two up. I might have, oh no, I think I just have to make this one darker. Because I want it to function as just a fill light. It's a little hard to see exactly where. Okay. Because I don't want it to be, I like the dramatic dark lighting, but if you don't have the fill, then it's very black, and you're losing out on like some nice contours. So that's why I add that fill light there. I also like to add a top-down light. Sometimes I like to add a light going in their eyes, but I feel like for this, I'll just add a top-down. Oops. So the top-down light, I'll make a spotlight, and I'll turn it like cool, usually. We'll see if I keep it that way. Just to make it like a bit dramatic. You know what? I'm going to put it lower, I think. That way I can have the head a little bit bigger and I can still kind of see what I'm doing. Turn it down a little bit. I think that looks nice. And now the only other thing I want to do is add an edge light. And this is the darker side, so I want to add an edge light back here. And if you saw my this is the same light as this. Oh, well, if you want to print something, just let me know. I'll just send you the STL. Of course, anything for you, Ruby, just let me know. I'll just send me an email, and I'll just email you the STL. And if you want to print it or try to print it, go for it. Oh, no, I didn't do live sessions with all those new videos. Most of them were just tutorials. I'll take them, and I appreciate it. I appreciate it. And like the Skillshare stuff has been like, it's doing like well. Like I'm very happy with it. I have to start advertising it more, and I have to start making more classes. But I finish work, not finish work, but like the season ends of the TV show I'm working on. The season ends in like a few weeks, so I'm really excited to have a lot of free time after that. Really, really excited. But I wanted to show you guys, max screen. So the edge light is sort of similar to, let's see. Oh, sorry. I don't know why the sound. I don't even think I pressed the space bar. Sometimes the sound just likes to just go out on me. Green. Is the sound working now? What did I make that's green? Okay, I can't figure out how to. I'm such a lost cause. Is it QuickTime? I feel like it's QuickTime. Stupid. No, it's not QuickTime. Is it Preview? It's not Preview. How the heck am I even playing these? Anyway, I give up. So anyway, the edge light has to point from the back to the back of the head. So let's add another light. I'm going to name this one Edge. And this will be another spotlight. But I want to put this way back here. I guess it doesn't have to be way back. Point it at the back of her head. I'm going to turn depth of field off for now. Oh, the turtles. You know what? I'll have to go through and decimate all those because the files are way too big right now. Unless you know how to do. Well, I don't know if it's easier. It might just be easier for me to. I actually don't know what the easiest thing to do. The files are really heavy. I did Michelangelo. I decimated him, and like baked some of the stuff, so like he looks fine. But maybe I should go into the STLs and just try to decimate them because I have them, but they're like a couple like gigs each, which is like crazy. All right, let me see if I can. I think that worked. I think that was a big help. Thanks, Rad. I'm like so useless. So dumb. But anyway, so I try to do the same. but I try to do it all the same way I do this. I don't know at what point in time it muted. So I think it's when I switch screens. Let me do a test and switch the scene. I don't know why it keeps muting. It's so strange. Let me see if it's because if I open a video. That's what it is. So when I open a video, I usually hit spacebar to open a video. That's why this is muting. I got it now. I was so confused before. Yeah, no, I'm gonna decimate them. At least like I can. So at least I can send them. So they're at least not like a couple gigs each. Because I went ham on those files, and that was before I really understood how to like decimate and the. So I'll do that for sure. And then you can figure out whatever you have to do to kind of make them work. They're very detailed, so I don't, I've never printed, so to me it's like I don't see how they could be like actually look decent, but I don't know. I'm excited about it. Yeah, you know what it is? Yeah, it was when I hit preview, when I use the preview, I usually, let me go back to my screen. What is scene 2? I don't know what that is. But yeah, I was opening the videos with spacebar, but spacebar is also my mute button in OBX. I'm experimenting on painting a sculpt in Procreate. I guess I want to look how it will turn out. I was not able to get stuff in Procreate, but I didn't try it since the beginning. But I was so annoyed because it like I couldn't really figure it out, so I gave up. So let's add a nice edge. We can make it and also what this will do is give us a nice subsurface scatter. I think that looks nice. Let me go ahead and just save this view. Oh, I'm still in. We'll leave it around there. Add view. We'll just name this 1. Oh good, it's only 134. I thought it was going to be like 2 something. So we have that. I wonder if I can make this a little more. What do you mean nothing selected? What are you talking about? I'm selecting things left and right. What are we doing here? No selected object. You are tripping. Okay. Should I make the hair subsurface 2? Looks nice. Let's turn the edge light. Let's make it yellow to match our scene a little bit. Let's OD yellow. Okay. Let's go back to our view. And now if we want, we can bring back the environment a little bit. Just so it's not so dark. We can turn depth of field back on, but then maybe not so insane. Oh, the only thing missing is I don't get my nice I don't get my nice things on the eyes if my environment isn't very high. But I kind of like it without the environment. I don't know, sometimes it's really hard for me to decide what I want. So I think that's it. I think that's all I have. Maybe I'll make that a little brighter. Maybe I'll actually turn depth of field off. This is actually all these are really high. I can probably turn these down a little bit. Although it kind of looks nice like that. Oh, the other thing that I didn't do was soften the shadows. It looks so much better with soft shadows. This is the fill. Let's soften this one too. Top down. Soften that a little bit. I don't think the edge we need to soften, but we might need to make that a little brighter. It is quite bright. I want to show a little bit more of it. Ooh, there we go. Look at that. That looks nice. So now we added that nice shine. I can probably take it down a little bit. I don't think it needs to be that insane. But I think that looks quite nice. And I like that you can sort of see through here. I know it doesn't make sense. You know, it's just a clay sculpture, but the softness of the shadows makes a big difference. And yeah, I think this looks good. I can also lower this a little bit now, or raise it so it's a little more see-through if I want. That'll make the ear a little more red. So that works. Alright, just for funsies, let's I like just doing weird stuff sometimes. I try and shrink my files and Dropbox them to myself to save on my computer to print. Shrink my files. How low do you get your files down to? Yeah, that's such a can of worms. It's gonna be fun though. I'm looking forward to the time when I like the texture of it, so maybe I'll keep the texture. I feel like that's kind of cool looking. I kind of like it. But it would also look nice glossy as well. Alright, do we like glossy or do we like it the other way? I think I might like it just regular like this. I don't know, it's hard to tell. Yeah, let me know your vote. Glossy or not glossy. Or if you want me to try a different color, or if you want me to color something else, just let me know. I think I'm going to head off in about a minute. I'll see if I get any votes for anything that we can try out before we call it a day. The glossy hour. Okay. And do you like this color? Is there any color that you would like to see? It is feeling a little dark now. So 234 is the default. Interesting. And lower the shadows that way. I like the shadows. I don't know why the eye is so... Was the eye always like that? I guess the eye was always like that. It's very tricky stuff with like the ambient occlusion and stuff like that. Because I like the shadow, but I don't like it. I don't necessarily like it there. But I like it everywhere else. So I guess I'll just deal with it. No gloss. So we got a gloss, and that's why it was 35 megabytes. That's not bad at all. That's not bad at all. Sky blue, glossy face, keep the hair the same. Okay, so, okay, no gloss. So we got glossy, looks good for this one. No gloss, looks good. Okay, copy that. So we have the glossy. So we have no gloss. So let's do that first. Oop. No gloss. So let me, are all these in, all these are good. Let's do view. Let's hide these stupid lights. Let's do this. Okay, we got the no glossy. So we go one step back, and then we have the glossy. Boom. Save the photos. And now we had sky blue. Oh, sky blue glossy face. I almost made the background sky blue. Sky blue glossy face. Let's do it. You can also do plasticky. Plasticky is a bit creepy. So sky blue is kind of like maybe around here, maybe even a little bit lighter. Full gloss. I feel like this is a decent sky blue. Sky blue, glossy face. I like it. I like it. Also, we can also do this too. See how I did that? See how I did that? I don't think we did any like plasticky. I kind of like that mint green. It's fun when you can just like BS. Fill key. Kind of like it like this. But let's turn off. What if we turn off the environment? Turn off the fill. No, I like the fill. Okay, let's go back. What was I even doing here? Oh, I'm doing the lights. Okay. Okay, we'll keep it here for now. I'll save it. You know what? Let's see if I can really finish this off nicely with a proper rotation center. Oh, my guy, Stefan, my guy. Keep current, rotation center, keep current. Now we have a proper turntable. Limited edition, the mint green. So yeah, I'm excited. I'll put these up on Instagram. I may put them up on TikTok too. Maybe I'll just put some music to them. Anyway, thank you guys so much for hanging out with me on my live stream. I appreciate all of you guys. Shout out to Our, Ruby, Jose, Han, of course, Radtech. It's probably bedtime. 3D Innovator, appreciate you. Let's see, who else came through? Did I see a diamond? Something diamond? No, I didn't. Ren, Pineapple Express, appreciate you coming through. Jose Knows Art, Bitey Things, Javier, Kuwaiti. Yeah. And huge shout out to Jose for the donation. I appreciate you. That means a lot. Sherlock Anime. Did I miss anybody? Joseph Canedo. Acridide. Free Human. Yeah, all you guys, I appreciate it. Especially appreciate the donation. That makes me feel very special and appreciated and wanted. And I'm gonna try to lower the files for the turtles, and just let me know which ones you want. You can just send me a message, Ruby. Let me know which ones that you were interested in, and I can try to just decimate them and just have the STL. And yeah, we can try to make some fun art. All right. Once again, and shout out to Klo too. Make sure to check him out on Instagram. He has like some cool clothes, and if you guys have like, I don't know what you, if there's anyone that has like anything they want to like send me, or anything they're doing, or anything they want me to shout out, you guys are like my constants. So just let me know. Happy to do it. All right, keep drawing, keep sculpting. I'll see you all in the next video. She kind of looked like Frankenstein. I feel like she turned somehow. How'd that happen? Let's go back to this view. All right. Peace out.